Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brandon Shank, and welcome to the Brandon Shank Podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Brandon Shank Podcast. We're back from summer breaks. We're coming into the fall, and we got our main man, as always, Corey in the corner, him to shout, and the fan favorite everybody? Is back by demand. DP, are you with me? Demetric Phillips. Welcome back to the show, baby. Yeah.
Had to hit him with some of the applause.
Come on. That's a standing ovation.
I know, right? That makes me happy.
Well, man, it is a great day to kick off. It is football season. I mean, what better way to come back? It is football season. And for those of you that don't know, Demetric Phillips, do you still hold the all-time record at Evangel University for rushing yards?
I do.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
He is in the Evangel University Hall of Fame, folks. He's right here on the show today. All-purpose yards. You have the record for all-purpose yards too, don't you?
Yeah.
What other records do you have that I haven't mentioned?
I don't know, man. Rushing and all-purpose, I think. And
that's my roommate, folks. That was my roommate.
Yeah, that might be it. And the Mr. Most Chapels and not get in trouble for it.
That's because you led. It's because you led worship in half of the chapels you were there for. So they let you get every chapel you do worship. You get three misses. Well, man, are you? So we have one of our mutual friends, Barry Clark, who's also a pastor. He hit me up yesterday. He's been on the NCAA football game, and so I said, "Bro, you know I got you, man. Have you been playing that?"
Look, I haven't got it yet. Like,
what?
I need to get it. I know.
Are you gonna get mad instead?
It's shameful. Yeah, I get mad every year, but I need to.
It's
college. There's too many teams, bro. There's too many teams, and then I lose.
Hey.
I lose focus on the dynasty. It's like, it's too much.
I will call everybody out who is listening right now. My tagline is simply Brandon Shank. Very simple. Most of the time, my 13-year-old is on my name. So whatever he's doing online, it is not me. However, I am dirty with the Florida Gators in that game. They are my team in that game, the Florida Gators. That is my team in that game. Lord. And I will work whoever wants a piece. That's all I'm saying.
Look, now you're going to make me download it, man. I'm going to have to go get some lavender to make sure I can pick up the game and play. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up.
Let's go, man. Me and Barry will be waiting for you. Barry wants a piece too.
Florida State.
Who
Barry plays with?
UVA.
Who?
UVA. They have a team. They have a team in Virginia called the Cavaliers. But I don't know. He said he'll pick a different team to play me with Florida. But Florida's not even ranked on that game.
Yeah,
they put as much now.
No. Well, yeah, I'm a similar fan, so I'm gonna go nose. And I
think they're number 11.
Prime.
Oh, they're good. They're not ranked either, but they're good in that game.
Yeah,
Colorado's good.
I bet, man.
Seminoles are ranked 11.
I need to get it.
You know,
I'm setting my plasma appointment. I'm picking it up.
The Seminoles quarterback is the quarterback. I forget his name. He went to Clemson, then he went to Oregon State, and now he's at Florida State. Ugalele or whatever his name is. That's their quarterback this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
So come on, man. They keep going to get these guys from the schools. They might.
Yeah, because we got did dirty last year.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was a catastrophe. That was an absolute travesty. That's why the college football playoff doesn't work. I think the best team won last year. Yeah, I think the best team won last year. I really do. Now, it's hard to say that because Florida State wasn't there, but I think at the end of the day, the best team won. But I think Florida State deserved a shot for sure.
And they put us at a 10. Like you say we ranked at 10. I'm looking at it now. I'm like, we should be higher than number 10, at least in the top 5.
I thought you were 11. Well, this is the thing. With Florida State last year, you shouldn't be ranked in the top 4 and then drop to 5 after you win. If the rankings are what you say they are, you shouldn't lose a spot. You remember that in we were Evangel my sophomore year or junior year is your sophomore year. Remember that we were ranked in the top. You had to be in the top 16 to get in the playoffs. Remember we were ranked at number 3 in the nation that year and almost got to number 1. But you remember we were like ranked number 16 and we won the last game of the year and we went to number 17 and got booted out of the playoffs. Do you remember that year?
Yeah, I
The
do.
CMH. That's the year we had to play the CMH Bowl.
Yeah, and that was horrible. It snowed. Yeah, is
Yeah,
that the one? It's
yeah,
like,
and we
yeah, it was
lost.
horrible. Yeah,
We
man.
lost to a team that was like 5-5, and we were like 8-2 or 7-3 that year, and we got beat
Yeah,
to
it was
death by this
bad.
team, and we were it was awful. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
bad, but it is what it is.
it is what it is. If
It
you
is
guys
what
hear
it
a
is.
lawnmower, it's I get my father was outside mowing, so we just gotta if you might see my other son walking by here in his underwear pulling a speaker, it's whatever. It's just the daily life of my house.
I can attest to this too, because we were in a meeting yesterday with your wife, and your wife was just looking out the window, and she's like, they need to go back to school. I've seen too many butts this summer.
And that's my front yard, dog.
No.
Oh man, did y'all watch the Olympics?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I mainly just watched the track and field, um, and then a little bit of volleyball because my daughters they play volleyball, um, and a little bit of the NBA, not the NBA, but the basketball.
Oh,
That's
the
about it.
basketball, dude! I saw the finals. I see. We were in Missouri most of the Olympics. We were at a national baseball tournament, and so we were missing a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
it. And it was just because we were just never home when they were on. But we watched some of the recaps. But the USA basketball, Steph Curry in that final was the most unbelievable. That
Yeah,
was the most unbelievable finish.
yeah, he went
That
off.
was as good as any finish you'll ever see in any game. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Game
that
seven
was a
when
great
LeBron
game.
James shut me down, the Warriors is probably the only game that I remember being like. I mean, I don't know. I feel like every game Kobe Bryant was ever in felt a little bit like that Steph Curry game, but that was unbelievable.
Wait, hey,
He,
like just a quick pause. But do you think them two ever link up, Curry
who
and
LeBron and
James?
Steph? I don't know. I mean, I'm a LeBron train guy. So if people are like LeBron's not as good as Jordan. You can't compare it because Jordan. I mean, this is his brand. Jordan created a brand. Jordan, his shoes, his the way he jumps. They all redefine the game of basketball, right?
Yeah,
Steph
yeah,
Curry, Steph Curry is the best shooter to ever play the game.
very
It's
much
just what
so.
it is. Kobe Bryant to me was the best clutch player to ever play the game.
Yeah,
LeBron James is the best all-around player to ever play the game of basketball. He can play all 5 positions on the floor. He's as athletic as any point guard. He can dunk from the foul line. He can shoot threes. He is just the best all-around player. I think Michael Jordan did for the game what nobody else has done in that he became Air Jordan. He started playing the game in a way nobody played before, with
yeah.
his tongue hanging out and dunking the way he dunked. He went from like the Larry Bird era where everybody's stiff and there's like no 3-point line to, what he did with the game. So I think it's
Yeah,
just
I
really
give
hard to
you
compare
that.
him,
Yeah, LeBron James,
But
he's good. He's good. He's good. He's
and he's
also an
clutch.
amazing
I mean,
actor.
LeBron James is clutch.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor too. Like the
From
Flop
Space
King,
Jam?
right? Right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Space Jam. I was like, man, you went
Yeah,
low
we can
right
go to
there.
Space Jam too. It's
Yeah, the whole
terrible,
flop
both
thing
of
is,
them.
yeah, the whole flop thing is a part of is a bad part of sports. But what was the most? So this whole episode, for those of you listening, this is our summer back episode. We're talking about our travel, talking about what our year looked like. What was your
Mm.
favorite moment from the Olympics? You get one. Each of you get one. What was the moment that you will never forget from this year's Olympics?
Snoop Dogg carrying the torch
It's
in
good.
crip
It's a good
walk
moment.
with the torch.
What is a
He
world?
said-
Yeah, I saw this meme that said, "In what world did you ever think Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav would be the representation of our country on the Olympics?" I love it.
Um,
More power to him.
that's
Way to go,
funny.
Flavor Flav. Way to go, Snoop. I love him.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it was when the guy was doing the pole vault, like when they had a stick and they jump over and it just nailed him, like it was bad. Like he, I was
Where did it
like,
hit him?
oh, it hit him
Where do
in
you
the
think?
down
In the
under.
spot?
Oh yeah, bro. I was
Shish
like,
kebabbed himself.
whoa. Yeah.
Oh.
So I would say that moment and when Botswana, the guy from Botswana won the 200, like that was a
Oh,
good
yeah.
race. Like that was pretty cool, man. Man, I don't know, bro. Something about track, like especially when they behind
Yeah.
and they just walk the person down. And so I would say
Something
those
about
are
it.
two moments. Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of the Olympics, and I can sit here and tell you every moment that I saw, I remembered. It's weird because like what Demetric said, for me, it was the women's 4x400. They smoked everybody. Like they had a 200-meter lead on everybody coming into that. I was just like, dog, I could have ran that last leg.
Bro,
It's probably not.
bro, they not human.
Oh, dude. That and then that Steph Curry shot with two guys on him from
Oh yeah,
15
dude,
feet
that's
off the
clutch.
3-point line to seal it. That was the most unbelievable. The other 3-pointers were like, yeah, that's Steph. That one was what showed how he is just better than everybody else when it comes to that. Like nobody can compare to him. So
Yeah.
those are my big ones. You know, so traveling this summer, we were in Kansas City, then we went and we stopped at Nashville on the way home, and you know the Smoky Mountains are in Tennessee, and so we were going to stop and I was looking for. We took our RV out to Kansas City, so I was looking for places to stop at the RV. And Demetric, we missed you by a day because you left on Sunday. We got there on Sunday
Yeah,
in Kansas City.
yeah. I went over to
By a day.
Maryland. Yeah, I wish I
Yeah,
could have
you were
seen you,
like
man. That would have been good. That would have been good
I don't
to
know.
to
But we
hang
were
out
close
with
too. 'Cause we
you.
were right by you know where Worlds of Fun is?
Yeah, we went there on Monday. No, Tuesday. The Tuesday before you came. We was
Yeah,
out
so we
there.
went
It
there
was
the
a nice day.
Wednesday
It was like the
after.
80s though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were there the Wednesday
Yep.
after that. So we stayed at that RV park. The Worlds of Fun.
At Worlds of Fun.
Yeah, that's where we stayed.
Hey, ain't nothing
That's
wrong
where
with
we
that,
did.
man.
Yeah.
You like
So
us. Go ahead.
do what? No, I'll say we were
No,
so we were gonna go to
man.
the Smoky Mountains. Go ahead.
No, man. I was saying you like the
You
This is
you
this
like
is the most
the
this is the most riveting podcast ever.
yeah.
but you hey you the poster of American family RV traveling, bro. That's amazing. Man, see, I think it was one picture your boy got on like some blenders and PBDs on. And I'm like, dude, that is the life, bro. Like, just cruising. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. And
That's
so
it,
I
man. And
love
then
that.
yeah, we're a big RV family, bro. Like I got 4 kids, so for me to go
Yeah,
rent somewhere for a week, you're talking about 3 or 4 grand for food
yeah.
and for lodging, man. So I just take all that money and I put it into a nice RV, man. And the boys love it, man. They got like their own bunkhouse and they got it's a fifth
Yes.
wheel, so like we had a travel trailer. We used to have a fifth wheel, got a travel trailer. Got rid of the travel trailer, just recently bought another fifth wheel just because they're so much bigger and we use it all the time. Like when Casey and I go away, we're just going to the fifth wheel and go to the mountains. I mean, I'd rather do that than anything. I just love RVing. Like it's so
I
much
don't even.
fun.
What's a
And if
fifth
you're
wheel?
so you ever see those big RVs that are like sitting on the back of trucks?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fifth wheel.
Okay.
So where it connects to
Okay.
the inside of your truck bed. Yeah. So we got
Oh,
one
wow.
of
Yeah,
those.
bro. So you a big time. You
Yeah.
Bama. You a Bama boy. Like
Yeah.
you straight country
Yes.
now, man, all the way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome though.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
man.
love
So
that.
we
I
love it.
need to do that.
Yeah, man. We on the way back from Kansas City, we stopped in Nashville for 3 days and we stayed on the lake there. I mean, we were literally right on the lake. And so the whole back of our RV has windows, and so you just sit there on the couches and look out. I mean, they got recliners and everything. And you like look out at the lake. The boys are out on their kayaks. Like it's just there's nothing better. I just love how much.
Yeah.
The reason I love RVing is it makes me slow down because I you know I'm in so much stuff that when I RV, I have to sit in the car with my family for however long we're driving, and we have to hang out.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, it just makes you slow down. Like a lot of times once we camp somewhere, it could be nothing. My boys don't need anything but a lake. They can kayak, they can fish, they can swim. And even without that, my boys will get lost in the woods for 3 days and come back. Like they just
Shoot.
once we stop, it's just my boys don't want to leave. They just want to be around the RV. They just want to chill. So it just makes you
That's
slow
cool,
down as a
man.
family. Yeah.
Well,
That's
let
why
me
we
ask
love
you a
it.
question.
You know?
I got a question for you. It might be inappropriate. 2 questions. The bathroom.
All right. Yeah.
How does that work when you driving and somebody got to pee, and then the smell? Like how do you empty that thing? Like I've never I don't know. Tell me how. Like, I know. I just
All right, well,
you have one. It's not like I go to the coffee shop. Hey, bro, you
yeah,
got IV, RV?
yeah,
How you empty the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
pooper?
So if you're driving and you use the restroom, we just stop at rest stops like everybody else. You know what I mean? We just stop at gas stations or rest stops. Like I don't stop. Like, oh,
So
we have an
they
RV,
don't
go
go
take
in
a
the
peek.
bathroom and like two arm it, like just like
No, because
pray for a
no,
perfect
because
landing.
no, no, it ain't bombs. It ain't bombs and hoping that it lands. No, man. We just stop at a rest area like anybody else. We just pull in the rest area. Like we stop. So on the way out to Kansas City, I drove on Saturday night at 7 o'clock, and I was going to drive tonight. But we got to about 4 in the morning, and I got on the other side of the mountains because all night it was just pulling hills and pulling hills and pulling hills. And so about 4 in the morning, we got to the other side of the mountains, almost the edge of Kentucky, and I was exhausted. So Casey's like, "Why don't you just pull off and go to sleep?" So I pulled off the RV, and we parked a bunch of big trucks at a rest area, and we all just got in the back. I didn't open up the slides because there's like 4 big slide outs. I didn't open them up. Just me and my wife and Rylan, my 11-year-old, got up in our bed. The other 3 boys, there's a king size or a queen size bunk that's you can get into without having to open up slides. So they all jumped up there, and we all just closed our eyes. And Rob woke up, and it was like 6:46. I was like, man, I want to take like a 30-minute nap. I've been asleep for 2.5 hours. So I was like, we got to go. So we went really quick, ran to the rest area, went to the bathroom, got back in the truck, and just kept driving. But no, like whenever you are camping, I mean, there's so much technology, man. Like basically you go outside and like you just pull a lever and it releases everything. But then once you release everything, you push, there's a button for like, it's called black water hose. And you just push your black water hose, it's already plugged in, and it flushes out the tank, and you let it run for about 10 minutes. It fills it up, and then you flush that out. And it's all of that black water is what it's called. All that black water goes out. And then you have gray water tanks, which are like your showers and your sink and all that stuff. And then so after you flush your
Oh,
black
you
water,
hook
then you
it to your
flush your gray
trailer.
water.
You hook it to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, so there's like a when you
Okay.
stop, you have a little pipe that goes. It just hooks to your trailer and then it hooks to the campground. It's just a pipe, that you take with you. They call it the Stinky Slinky.
The stinky. So the stinky splinky is not connected when you're driving.
Slinky,
I'm
not
guessing.
Slinky. Yeah,
So slinky pinky,
Slinky,
right?
Slinky.
Slinky pinky. Slinky
Stinky Slinky.
stinky
Am I
slinky.
speaking English for it, or is it just me, dog? Stinky,
Stinky.
Slinky, Slinky,
Slinky.
Stinky, Slinky,
Slinky.
Slinky.
Stinky
You ever had a
Slinky.
Slinky?
Oh, an S, 2 S's. Okay.
Yes.
Stinky Slinky
Yeah.
is not
Is there a
connected
chat on
when
there,
you're
Corey? I can right
driving.
over to him. Yeah, no, Stinky
Oh,
Slinky.
my
Whenever
God.
you stop, you hook up all your water. You can carry water with you as you travel. My wife just poked her head and was like,
there it is.
yeah, my wife just poked her head around the thing like, what are you talking about Stinky Slinky on the podcast for? But yeah, so you hook like your hoses and your Stinky Slinky up. But you can, when you're driving, you don't have anything hooked up. You can still like carry water with you. You can still use the bathrooms and stuff. We just don't like. You can do all that. We just don't do it. We just stop at rest areas, and stuff like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
You got a story about the Stinky Slinky, don't you?
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
I want to hear this stinky slinky.
About 4 years ago, when I bought my first fifth wheel, I was at a campground around Christmas time, and it was so cold, and I was mad because I was unhooking everything. I was mad because like something happened, and I was just mad, just getting it all off. Well, I pulled the Stinky Slinky. I pulled it off, and somehow it just goes. It slapped me in the mouth.
You got to fight him out.
The whole thing just like flopped off and just snapped me right in my lip. I'm so mad. I'm like, I was so mad. And then the nerve of this thing to fly off my camper and hit me right in the mouth. I was like, swing on that thing. Like, who do you think you are? And my wife, she comes around and she's like, everything good? And I'm just like, I got the worst look on my face. And I was like, dude, this thing just hit me right in my mouth. And she just lost it. Like, Casey's dying laughing. So now I'm mad at the Stinky Slinky for hitting me in the mouth. And now I'm mad at my wife for laughing because the Stinky Slinky hit me in my mouth. I was not to be violent. Yeah. So. Yeah, a potty mouth would be the right way to put it.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. It's just, that's so disgusting.
So
Wild, bro.
We're on our way to Nashville, and I was like, well, let's get a good campsite. We looked at this state park, And we're like, oh, it'd be great. It's in the Smoky Mountains. But it said there was an advisory at the top of the top of the state parks. And this is what it said. It said bear activity is especially high May through August. Visitors may experience a higher likelihood of bear encounters this time of year. And I was like, oh, heck no. Like, there's a lot of things I'll do, but I am not going where they're warning me that a bear encounter is probably likely. You have lost your godforsaken mind. No, I am not a snack. No, thank you. I will go somewhere else.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. But you could fight the bear like them one dudes did. There you go,
no, bro.
man.
That ain't me. No, I just stand my camp for a call for help. Corey, man.
That's
Corey went to
funny.
Montana. Just got back from Montana. That's where I've always wanted to go to Montana, man. That's a different level of mountain right there.
You out there. I mean, it's beautiful, though. It's beautiful.
Like, what did you do? Like, what did you do in Montana? Like, besides breathe?
Yeah. So the one day we went to, I mean, goodness, I wonder if you can even see it if I pull it up on my phone. But we went to a lake, Lake Gaston, I think it is, or something like that. And then we paddle boarded and river boarded and stuff like. Let me just find a picture. So it's like.
There's a lot of nature stuff, yeah.
It's just like, yeah. So there's like my son swimming in the lake. When that's just your backdrop, basically.
Oh,
like,
wow,
just
dude, that's beautiful.
beautiful. Like,
wow.
And then the one day, we went inner tubing down the Madison River. So you take your car, you're in the mountains basically, and you park kind of upstream, and you put another car downstream, take another car upstream. You get out. We had a bunch of inner tubes. You kind of link them together, and you just get in the water, and you just like drift down the Madison. It's just beautiful. I mean, you're like mountains on each side of you, and just kind of drifting through all the scenery. I was telling Pastor Brandon, I said, dude, you'd love it, because there's the road on the one side that goes up the mountain, and then to your right side, it's just like open country, and there's just people with their campers and stuff on the right. They just toasted up on the river. It's to spend a week or a couple days, whatever. Well, anyway, we're just drifting down the river, and the the fun side of it is keeping with the theme here with whatever you want to call it, Stinky Slinkies. But my son my son had like what I guess was a little bit of altitude sickness, and so he kind of had a little upset tummy and stuff like that. So long story short, he ended up taking a dump in the river twice. So it was just all around just a good experience, you know. Just nature to the fullest. Yeah.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Hey, is the water super cold?
It was cold. Yeah, I will say this. It's colder than like any water that I've stepped into, but it's weird that like I don't know why you get used to it faster than like cold water here at the beach. If you walk into the water at the beach, like it's like, oh, no way. But for some reason there, I don't know what it is. It's just it's that initial, but then it feels really nice. I think it's because it's not as hot it is here. Obviously, there's like zero humidity, but you are closer to the sun, so the sun is like more intense, so you feel the sun more, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it was cool, it was beautiful. Yeah, we had a great time. We stayed at some lady's house that is huge, and she's got tons of land, and it was just nice. The views.
That's like an Airbnb or just a friend?
So it's actually my mom's friend. She does Airbnb the house, but my mom actually knows the lady, so she let us stay in her house for a whole week. And you're just like sitting there eating dinner, and you've got like the most beautiful mountainscape like right outside your house. It's crazy. We watched mule deer walk across.
The picture you had of like, I think your sister posted of like all the campfire and then like outside and like under the veranda thing. I was like, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, there's the house.
Amazing.
That's like right outside the house space.
It's amazing.
I'm small kind of jealous.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
so what,
I'm small kind of jealous, man.
So coming back into this, Corey, coming back from Montana in your summers, what kind of fun fact do you have for us?
I actually read this fun fact while I was on vacation in Montana. I don't know. Again, I don't know how I come across these things. I have a Flipboard app, and it's just some of the most random news, whatever. But anyway, I came across an article that it just honestly I've never heard anything quite like this. Like, what do you call those machines where it's like it's a Rube Goldberg machine where like it just like the things keep happening and it's the dominoes and then it triggers this other thing and then like you ever seen those like big machines they make that it's just randomness? Well, I read an article and this took place in October of 1988 in Buenos Aires, and it is the most strangest thing I've read where here's the title. The title says 3 dead after dog falls 13 floors. So let me just read you the article, and this has got to be the most.
I'd be so mad if that's how I died.
Dude, this is literally the wildest thing I feel like I've ever read. It says this. In Buenos Aires, a dog which fell from a 13th floor balcony on Friday night triggered 3 deaths in a row in central Buenos Aires. The dog, a poodle named Cachi, hit 75-year-old Marta on her head, and both the woman and the dog died instantly. Edith Sola, 46, died on the spot when knocked down by a bus while standing in the middle of the street at the edge of a crowd that had gathered to watch the scene. Then an unidentified man who saw both incidents suffered a heart attack and died in the ambulance on its way to the hospital. They said all of this stuff took place in a matter of minutes.
Can you imagine the chaos? These people, I really feel like this is like Final Destination. Like everybody just get out of here, you know?
That sounds like a movie. Yeah.
Dude. Anyway, that's my fun fact. Just the most wildest thing you've ever heard in your life. It reminded me of, I know we talked about it a long time ago on the podcast, that story, I think briefly, there was a lady who was gardening and a snake wrapped up her arm and she was freaking out. In the middle of her freaking out because there's a snake on her arm, a hawk noticed that the snake was on her arm and then a hawk started attacking the snake. So she was getting attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time.
Wait, that's real?
That's real. It's a real story. Yeah, this poor lady just out. Oh, no. Sorry. I totally forgot the wildest part of the story. The wildest part of the story is the hawk was actually, the snake actually fell on her. It didn't come up from the garden. The hawk had the snake in its talons and it accidentally dropped the snake and it fell on her. And then the hawk came back down to get the snake back and she ended up having to go to the hospital. Just these wild stories of chance circumstances.
So the moral of the story is get somebody else to mow your grass.
Listen, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, fun fact of the day. There you go. Now you know that information
let me ask
to
you
tell.
this. Let's set up a you asked for it. Take us there.
Okay.
Don't blame me. You asked for it.
Man, it feels good to get it back. It feels good to hear that again. Feels good. It feels good. So real quick, best memory from the summer. Real quick, Demetric, what you got? What's your best memory from the summer?
Real quick, I would say finding the Amazon liquidation store in Kansas City. And my kids, they had just earned some money and was able to, and I was having a hallelujah, thank you, Jesus moment because, you know, they got big feet and Jordans, they all want Jordans. And back here, they cost, you know, $100, $120, $140. And at the Amazon store, liquidation store, they all got their own Jordans and they were $40 each. And so we got them.
Amazon sponsor this podcast, Amazon.
I know,
that's
right?
awesome.
So I think that saved me hundreds of dollars. And the little Stanley cups, found those for $15. I'm like, come on, man. So I think that was a great memory for our family. And then we bought the little mystery boxes. That was sick. You spent $50 and you get a box. And that was cool. So that's one of the best mystery boxes. Man, I had so our refrigerator need a water filter. Them things are like $50 a pop. I had 6 of them and one of them, some Louis Vuitton bags that my daughter's got. Some pockets. some massages, little massage guns. It was pretty cool. So I think that was
Wow.
So I'm gonna send some money back to my sister-in-law. We're gonna start us a little hustle, with them Jordans and sell them online. Triple, quadruple the price.
You would make a memory into a hustle. You're gonna pay that Amazon store when you get your mystery box. It's got some stickers and crayons in it.
Hey, we did get one with like the little Halloween, and then a little "you're invited to our wedding 2023." I was like, well, that sucks. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
It's awesome.
I think mine would be probably definitely floating down the Madison. That was a great day as a family. Yeah, just chill, fun, awesome. But we also literally this Friday we're going to see the Savannah Bananas, so we'll see. That might kind of take the cake. I don't know yet.
Is that a play?
So the Savannah Bananas are the baseball team. They're kind of like best way to describe it is they're like the Globetrotters of baseball. Yeah, you should check it out. Look it up. It's awesome. So we're doing that this Friday. We've got tickets to go see them here in Norfolk. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we got tickets.
It's been an awesome summer with family.
We got tickets too, man. And Corey wouldn't give me one of his tickets, even though I hooked him up with getting them. But we had a friend that called us and was like, "Hey, man, we want to take Kenya with us." So my 5 tickets, I can still take my family, man. So you can't count
there
your
you
friends.
go.
You got other friends, man.
I said they were already designated. I'm sorry.
Man, Demetric, let me see what happened. We're in a meeting, and I said, "Hey, I just got my Savannah Banana tickets. If you go in right now, I can get them." So Corey went only got 10. Couldn't give me one, man. Couldn't give me one ticket. One.
Sorry.
I mean, you need a judge.
Why you get
10?
10?
Because I signed up and my wife signed up.
How many kids y'all got? 30?
Well, hold up. So it was a lottery anyway. So you should have signed up Casey for the lottery as well too.
No. I told you in a meeting, Corey, you can get them right now. And it enabled you to get your 10 tickets. I asked for one. I'm like, God, I just need a tithe. I just want a tithe of what you receive. That's it.
Extra 10.
From day one when we signed up, it was already designated that they were then, if anyone in, like me, my wife, or my wife's family got tickets, it was like a family thing that we were all, and so me and my wife were the only ones that got drawn. Like my wife's family, they all signed up, but me and my wife were the only ones that got chosen. So we got 10 tickets. Her family's coming in town. We're all going. But, at least you have tickets. At least you can go. Whereas Buddy hated me the most because I wouldn't give him any. He doesn't have any tickets. He can't go. So
no, I thought he did. I thought someone gave him 5.
No, they said they potentially, but I think it fell through. Lauren Fierro.
Well,
I think it was Lauren Fierro.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I had 5 tickets. I got 4 kids. So I was just like, I need a ticket. I told Case to take the boys. You take the boys. She's like, I'm not going. Well, then one of Caden's friends called him and was like, "Hey, man, I've got tickets for Friday night. We wanted you to go. Can you come with us?" And I was like, "That's perfect," because now we have. So the Lord works it out even when your friends don't, get your back. So you got me.
I knew he would. I knew he would. I wasn't worried.
So Corey just had faith. Corey just had faith. Yeah, my best memory was probably headed to Kansas City with my family. The tournament was fun, but honestly, just like camping with my boys. We really haven't had a ton of vacation this year. We've been gone a lot, but it's been baseball. So it's nice just to do that. I just love camping with my boys. So we camp a lot in the fall. Christmas is beautiful in the mountain stuff, but that was a cool thing. I have a question for you guys. Have you ever given somebody a bad tip at a restaurant? Have you ever given a waiter or waitress a bad tip? Like, just stick it to them.
I don't think I have.
No, I don't think so either.
I told them they sucked before, but I've never given them a bad tip.
I did it this summer. I did this. I'm confessing.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
This is for healing.
This is for healing.
Yes, this is me This is me taking all of the things that I'm going through, and all the weight and guilt, and putting it on everybody listening. So we went to this restaurant after a baseball game in Kansas City, and nobody was there, but it had a decent rating. So we went there. Food was great. we get there and take our order. Well, once we start eating, like I have to go find a waitress to get like refills, and I'm not one of those guys. Like I'll sit there and go parched for days. But it had been like we had gotten our food. It was like 40 minutes. They hadn't even been at the table, so I went and like found the waitress so I could get some refills. And then I go over there and she's on her phone, just kicking it in the lounge with another waitress, just talking on her phone, like didn't even just looked at me when I asked, and like the other waitress came and like helped her. And there was like 3 or 4 things like that where she just legitimately was just didn't do anything. Like I asked her for something and like on the phone, like multiple times, she didn't even come over. Or she like got a couple of the orders wrong. And I'm never like this, but I don't know what it was. When I went to find, like, get somebody to get drinks, she was on her phone and didn't even recognize me, just kind of kicked back, like, in the lounge area. I was just like, no way. There's no way I can validate giving this person money. Like, there's no way I can validate rewarding this person or just paying her a fee when she has done nothing. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I did tip her, but it was only $5.
Was it at least 20%?
It wasn't close. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
It was like,
Not with a family of 6 people. Yeah.
yeah, bro. Every time I go out to eat, it's $100. It's $100 every time we go out to eat. It don't matter. Chick-fil-A cost me $85. Taco Bell cost me $85. So
Well,
it was the first time
you
in my
say
life.
anything to her?
Well, I don't want to go TV into it, but she didn't speak very good English. And I was okay with that. Like, I grew up in DC. So for me, I'm cool with it. But like, it was like one of those things where it was very evident that she could care less about us. And so I was like, the other girl was nice and was helping us, but this girl, our waitress, I was like, well, that's going to her. Like this other girl, like the other girl, did okay, but it was like straight up shacking us. Like, she came out like 3 or 4 times to help other tables. We didn't come over our table. I was like, dude, I've never been so mad. And I wasn't mad, but I've never been so much like, I can't validate giving my money to this person. There is nothing, it defies and I'm not like that. Like, I'm not like, well, I'll tip them based on their performance. I give every waiter 20%, no matter where I go. Like, I don't care if my bill is $200. They're getting $40. Like, that is a standard. I don't move from it. I just give them 20% every time. But I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I was like, that.
What kind of restaurant was
everybody who's working hard. Mexican.
Was the bathroom clean?
I didn't go in. But
Well, there you go.
When I didn't go. Well, no, I went. Maybe I did go in. The kitchen leading to it was okay, but the food was good. But the service was so awful that, like, I had to go back and get them to do stuff. Have you ever had to do that in a restaurant? Well, Demetric, you're a different story because I know how you order.
Yeah.
You take like 30 minutes. You make sure you take everything off of the thing, then you add it back. Like, I know how you order.
Oh, shoot. I check the bathrooms, bro. If the bathrooms ain't clean, I ain't.
Yeah. You always go to the bathroom
That's
first?
nasty. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I check the bathrooms.
I agree with that. I do that. So I just wanted to confess publicly, like, I am a very generous person. I give to a lot of people and to a lot of things, but this is the one time in my life. And I felt, when I left, I felt like get in the car quick, guys. Might get chased down out here. Yeah. Hey, if you want to tip, don't be on your phone when you try to serve people. If we're like, and she didn't even come over. The other girl helped us out. And then at the very end, she never even came back. She was on her phone just sticking it in the lounge. I was like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So,
That's
am I a bad person?
Well, what would Jesus do?
He'd probably turn the tables over in that place. He'd probably split the tables because he was so disgusting with the servants.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's tough. That's tough. You ain't even talk to the manager or her.
Well, the manager's going to check me out. Yeah. I mean, I was like, I ain't going to try to talk to her. You can see she's still on her phone. Yeah, you would have fought for something. I get that. That's why you're a better man than me. You would have given her 20% and got a free meal. So everybody would have made out except the owner.
Yeah.
Me, I just stuck it to her. I was like, nah, you can have to. And I felt even bad giving her pie. I don't know, Corey, am I a bad person?
Hey, we all have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. So,
My salvation being worked out with frustration and angst.
Oh,
hey,
my.
so something I read about recently is Kirk Herbstreit. You guys know he's a college football analyst, one of the biggest names. He does Amazon Prime games on Thursdays, pretty much calls all the national championship games for college football. He responded to a question on Twitter, and then somebody had written back to him, should men be allowed to play in women's sports? And he wrote back, that's not a good question. Absolutely not. That was it. So a big ruckus got made about it because he's been pretty quiet about those types of things. But I always think about the scriptures that say the wisdom of the world is foolishness. And I understand the world. The thing is, the world tries to make everybody think they love deeply when they don't love deeply. The world does not love deeply. The world is a surface world. That's why the cancel culture exists. That's why bullying exists. That's why hatred exists. That's why racism exists. That is the world. And I think the world has always tried to paint this picture of we love and we accept everybody, and the church doesn't. That's garbage. The world doesn't accept everybody. In fact, the world doesn't accept anybody. You're torn apart no matter what. And so they're like, well, if you don't accept women in men's sports, you're not accepting their identity. And I look at it as this. My children were to walk out the middle of this road. For me to let them walk out in the middle of that road, I know that there are dump trucks coming down that road. There are 18-wheelers coming down that road. There are fast cars coming down that road. There are people on bikes coming down that road. Any of those things could hurt my child. For me to say, you know what, that's their choice and they will have to suffer the consequences, but I'm going to support them, is negligent as a parent. Yeah. The problem is there are people looking for identity. There are people searching for hope, and we are letting them walk out in the middle of the road. And we have told them, well, you believe you're a woman, even though you're a man. You need to be a woman. And what's worse, for those people to be told no, and to have people love them and help them to find the identity that God's created them to be, or to just let them walk out in the middle of the road. And now these people are competing. They've worked hard, and they're men competing against women, but people have told them it's okay. So now what's worse, for them to be told no, or for them to be the center of all media controversy? Like, that's the way the world works. Like, it's more pain now than if you had just said no. So, I mean, obviously, it's ludicrous to think that women should have to compete against men in women's sports. It's ludicrous. It is the dumbest thing. I don't have a daughter. I have 4 boys. But if I am in a public place and there is a man that were to walk into a women's bathroom identifying as a woman, I would follow him in. And I would say, I am also a woman. Just because I would not want there is no chance that my daughter would be in there with a dude identifying as a woman. Yeah. Period. Not a chance. Dimitri, you got girls. You know?
Oh, yeah, man.
You follow that?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's going down. Like, I wouldn't, yeah. I don't, even in volleyball, I'm thinking, because my daughters play volleyball. And I was just watching the other day, this one dude playing on the girls' team, put a girl, like, knocked her smooth out. Like, she hit the ground stiff. Like done, bro, from a volleyball and from a dude. And it's just like, come on, man. What was the girl name? They call her the GOAT, the women's GOAT. She was a boxer in the Olympics. And she said it good. I like what she said. She was like, listen, if they want to do that, they need to create. And if there's that many transgender people that's trying to get in these sports, create their own bracket, their own lane where it's like, hey, transgender are going to go against transgender. Because it's not like, it's not equal in all sports. Like, I could see something like chess but when it comes to like basketball, football, well, Eddie, when we were at the Evangel, there was a couple of those big girls on there. I was like, yeah, she might dunk on me. You know what I mean? Like, she might do me in, you know what I mean? But I'm also vertically challenged.
Yeah, you're 5'5". You're Kevin Hart.
Bro, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8".
That's what the program said. That's what the program said. You're about 5'5".
I'm 5'8".
I can kiss your forehead.
5'8" barefoot.
I can kiss your forehead.
Yes. Oh, Lord, help me. You just say you kiss my forehead. That's like an open hand slap to say that.
I could probably kiss the top of your head.
Brandon's not even that tall either.
Oh my goodness.
That's my point. I'm average height.
Yeah.
Not all of us are 6'7". I'm average height.
No, I'm 5'8". I'm on the right height.
What you doing over there, Corey? What's wrong with that guy? You all right?
Transgender athlete.
My camera fell.
Oh. Look, hey, you know, I experienced that once on a wrestling team, where I had to wrestle this young lady, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna even make it look like it's tough." And I got out there, I put her on her neck. As soon as the thing rang, like it was like bam, and just like Saturday Night Ride. Let everybody know, I will not. This is not close. I don't know why she's doing this. You know?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine it, man. Like it's just I can't imagine a female getting. I don't even want to see a dude punched, in a fight, and let
No.
alone watching, another, male hit another woman. And
No.
it's crazy.
There's
man.
something in me,
We're
man. I know it's an
depraved.
it is an intrinsic thing that is put in us. I don't care anybody says you're a protector. As a man, you are built as a protector of your home. You are built as a protector. And it's not because women are weak or it's because women have as much value as men, but there are things that are built into us by God that are defined roles, no matter what humanity wants to say. Period.
Yeah, for
And there
sure.
is something in me with my wife. I don't care if my wife looks like Corey. There is something in me that is built into me that says you are the defender of your home and of your wife and of your children. I don't care how big she is, how strong she is, how much if she got a beard. I am the defender of my wife. Like, and I think we try to make it, well, she can defend herself. Like, that's not my role is to defend my home. Like, that's the way it works. You don't see all of these gladiator movies and the women are out fighting, the men are at home taking care of the kids. And it's not a thing about, well, they're not strong. That's what society wants to tell you. It's that we all have roles and we need each other. And if one of the things built into a man is like, you are a defender, you are to take care, you're to protect your home. It's just a barbaric nature that's built into us. It's who we are. And yeah, sure, there's women that can beat the crap out of me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. But my point is that's not the role. Like that's not God hasn't asked them to do that. Like, sure, there are women who can fight, women who are great soldiers. I don't doubt that at all. But I'm saying it doesn't take away the nature of how we are built. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't take away
it's just like
how
Jesus.
we are built.
Yeah, like Jesus, like he's we're the church is his bride. And like, Jesus, he laid down his life for the church. Every decision he made was for the best interest of the church, of his bride. And I think it's the same like us. Yeah, we're the head, but all of our decisions has to benefit her, has to have her best interest at hand in a sense, And so I get exactly what you're saying, man. But there's no, I think people like this deprived mindset that we have that in culture is just trying to make everything, trying to change reality in a sense of, and it's like, I'm not against you. I'm not, I love you. But at the same time, don't try to make, your perceived reality, my reality, or try to change all of what is real just because you feel a certain way. And I still feel like, if they want that sport, create a category for it. Because here's the thing, like what was that swimmer name? I don't know her name. But man, she's working for scholarships, and then a dude come in because he couldn't compete in his own swim thing, was placed in last place, and now wins the women's. It's like, man, you just diminished everything they did because you came over here and wanted to smash. Now you're smashing all these records with these females, and it's like, it ain't right, man. I don't even know how you.
It ain't right.
Yeah. Yep. So
100%.
that's tough. That's tough.
Oh yeah.
But I would body slam one if I caught one in the bathroom of my daughter. Like, and then I have to repent. Pastors, I'll be on World Star somewhere. What happened? I thought it was the dude or woman. I didn't know, and I just got confused. Like.
If there's a questionable, if it's questionable, you're potentially a target. That's what it is. Like,
man.
I don't care what you feel like you are. You're not. It's not okay. I don't care what you feel like you are. If you are a woman thinking you're a man, I don't care what you think you are. You're not going to go in the bathroom with my 7-year-old son. I don't care what you think you are. Period. Yeah. You're not welcome, to go to the bathroom.
That happened in Kansas City. So Kansas City, their new airport. This was my first time ever seeing it. They had like a gender neutral bathrooms, and you have to walk in like you're walking into like a regular bathroom with stalls and stuff. And but the doors, so when you walk in like you walk into a regular bathroom and then you walk around the corner and there's all these stalls and the door goes from top to bottom. But I'm like, okay, how does that help? What's to stop a creeper from watching one of these young people or a girl or somebody go in and just kind of throw them inside as soon as they open the door? Nobody knows, and it's just like, come on, man, how does that even make
Is there not
sense? You know
designated
what I mean?
women's bathrooms there?
No, bro. In their airport, no. They have a family bathroom where there's one bathroom in there, and then they have two gender neutrals, and where you walk in as if like you was walking to a regular men's stall. You walk in, walk around the corner, and then there's all these stalls with doors from top to bottom. And I'm like, how
Yeah,
does
brother.
that?
You
That's
think
like a
you're,
that's some,
let's
that's a
say it's,
catastrophe waiting to happen.
oh yeah, and you 7 o'clock at night waiting for a flight, and or 10 o'clock at night, your last flight out, and your wife has to run to the bathroom real quick. I'm not letting her go by herself. You better believe
Yeah,
I'm going with her. I'm walking in
yeah,
with
man.
her and standing outside that door. That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous,
it's
man. If I
crazy.
had daughters, I would lose my mind.
Yeah. But hey, light shines brightest in the dark, man. And so
Yeah,
that's where we're
yeah,
at.
that's crazy, man. It's just crazy how much it's just crazy how much we think love is. We think love is letting people do what they want and be what they want. Well, that's not love. Love is
Not at
sharpening one
all.
another. Love is leading people towards health. Love is pushing people towards clarity and helping them see things that they can't see on their own. Love is not letting my child run out on the road and hoping that he figures it out. Because what happens is they die. There's
Yeah.
the fatality numbers go through the roof. That's not love. And the world's picture of love is acceptance. But that's not what love is. Love is acceptance and then actually doing something for them. It's kind of like you're telling me that you're my friend, but then you don't give me like a ticket to Banana Mall, right? It's like you told me that you love me, but no, it's love and acceptance they're two very different things. Like you can accept somebody, but that's the first stage. But that's the difference between Christians and everybody else. The depth of which we can love is something the world cannot compare to. So you can say, well, I accept you, but that's not love. The love is saying, now I'm with you as we figure this out, as we grow together, not, well, I accept you and I'm just going to build you a bathroom. And so now all these other people, I don't care about them. I just accept you. Like, that's not love. You're not
Yeah.
accepting everybody. You're trying to create an environment where you look like love, but it's not love. That's not love. I always tell people, they're like, well, help me understand like homosexual relationships. It's not fair that these people can't live together and be together. And I say it's not. And God doesn't say they can't. What God says is the sexual part of that relationship is the sin. Caring for one another, living together, that's not a sin in living with somebody that you love. There's not a sin in caring for somebody that you love. You know what I'm saying? There's no sin in that. The sin is when it
Yeah.
becomes sexual. You know, I was like, so don't make sin or don't make sex love and about love. That's not what it is. Love, if you can care for that person, love them, or well, the sexual thing is when it becomes, that's when it becomes the evil creeps in. It has nothing to do with caring for somebody, wanting to live with them and be a part of their life. I have friends that I
Yeah.
love dearly that I would give anything for. I mean, Demetric, you lived with me right out of college. Moved in with me and my
Yeah.
wife, and we were newlyweds, right? Like, but I loved you. I
Yeah.
cared for you. We were friends, you know? And that doesn't change any of those feelings we had or care for one another. But that's what people want to argue on the other side of it. And it's like, well, no. These are things that God didn't say you couldn't love people. He didn't say you couldn't care for people. He didn't say you couldn't live with each other. He
Yeah.
didn't say you couldn't build a life together, even as friends. But when that sexual
Yeah.
sin comes in, that's the difference. You know?
Yeah, that's a killer. It's like some people say, well, I was born like this. And, I'll say, okay, well, here's the thing. Like, I would love to have, like, if we could have, like, we all have the tendency, guys, right, to see a beautiful woman. And if she's doing something that's like going to make you aroused, you have to fight the thought of, I would love to have sex with this lady. But is that the right thing to do? Like, just because that's what your proclivity, in the sense of saying, yes, I'm attracted to women, but I have a wife and this is who I'm called to. And just because I've had these urges to do this with other women doesn't make it right. And just because you don't accept that, you know what I mean? Because what if we had the same argument as the world? Like, well, why can't I sleep with all these women? and you just accept it as normal. You know what I mean? It's
100%.
like, no, for me, it goes right back to scripture, and I think a lot of people, they miss the point when they leave away from scripture, the anchor, of
100%.
how we should live. And that's where it gets like, small kind of weird,
Yeah, well, I agree. And that's really where I sit is, I say the same thing. I say, listen, I have an innate desire to have sex with anybody I want to when I want to. That's human, right? You're just like, I want to. But the discipline and the love and the care I have, like I don't give in to those temptations because they don't honor God. It's that clear, right? So it's not that people with homosexual tendencies have a desire that we don't have that are heterosexual. It's that we don't give into those things. And it's not like, well, you don't understand. No, I do understand. I just don't give into them with a plethora of women. I have a wife. I'm committed to her. I'm faithful to her. I give myself only to her. And vice versa. You know what I mean? So I agree. 100%. That's actually the thing I've said to a lot of people is like the temptation's not any different. It's not any different. It's that it's not okay for me to do that. You know what I mean? It's not what God designed, and God's design is perfect, So yeah, the temptations are there, but there's no submission to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Corey, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I mean, I just have kind of the one thought that I had as you guys were talking is I almost, like you said, the wisdom of the world is folly. I think it's almost like we've spent a long time as a culture convincing people that they're unique and different and celebrating that. And then now it's like it's swung this thing to be like, no, we're all the same. And that is so conflicting to me. It's so like, yeah, you're individual and you're different and unique. And then also, no, like everyone needs to be on the same, playing field and we're all the same. And so that is in such, it literally is the snake eating its own tail. It's kind of like, yeah, the world can't make up its mind sometimes. And I know so it's crazy. It really is. And, I don't know. That's my thought.
That's it is great. It's almost it almost numbs your mind thinking about how it can make sense to anybody. But how can this actually make sense to anybody, Well, hey, here's my final thought. So we live in a world where I think, can we all agree that people don't like to be told what to do? And can we all agree that people don't like, especially not being told what to do, but they don't like being told the details of how to do it. So not only are you to do this, but this is how you do this and when you do this and where you do this, right? That would be the exact opposite of culture and humanity, right? So I had a thought dawn on me this summer. Planes and flying is the most interesting thing we do as humans. By far.
Planes and flying?
Airplanes and flying are one of the most interesting things we do by far as humanity. And I'll tell you why. We are herded through these tight little lines, told to take portions of our clothes off, except for the new technology. It's great. You don't have to take a lot of it off. Back in the day, you're taking everything off down to your belt. Except your pants off.
Except they see you naked, basically.
They see you naked.
That machine, you get the man, you're like, well, you're going to see everything.
They see you naked. They take all your stuff out of your bag, leaving no room for error or no room for privacy. They pull everything out. They used to be a lot worse because of technology. Then when you finally get to your place, depending on what airline you're flying, some of them, you're trying to get in your seating row and get into your right seat before anybody else gets it. But then you're told where to sit, what seat to sit in. And sometimes you sit in that plane for hours before you take off because of, a piece of cotton got stuck somewhere and they have to figure it out, whatever it may be. And I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just using this as an illustration. But it's amazing to me that the planes are very intimate, closed-in spaces. Is that accurate? Pressurized tube high above the earth. In order to get into that plane, we were told what to do. We are herded. We are given very specific directions, very specific seating assignments, very specific things that you pay for that some people get on a plane, some don't. It is a socio-economic divider in an airplane like never before. Like right now, we're talking about transgender, but it's soon enough we're going to be saying it's not fair that people that can afford it get to sit in wider seats and have better food. Just wait, it's coming. I promise you, it is coming a time when there will be more of a socialist push to say it's not fair that some people can get this understand this because they have a better socioeconomic status. Just wait, because that's the difference, right? It's going to happen.
That's crazy.
Think about it. So, how many times you go to a park and you get like that front pass and people are mad because you're jumping lines? Well, you paid for that. But people like to make money. But just like right now, there's so many things that we're doing that we're like, yeah, why would we ever do that? Those are horrible. Like Demetric, but football. The amount of rules they have, you wear little pads on your helmet during practice. You remember we used to beat the crap out of each other during practice? It was like an all-out melee. Sometimes practices were harder than games, right? And now it's like they don't want anybody sprinting during practice. They don't want anybody to get hurt. It's just a completely different world. The thing that's interesting to me is like for airplanes, the things that we do to get where we want to go, humanity will argue and fight against the simplest rules. But when it comes to something that's for them, they will do anything you ask, right? Banana balls come into Norfolk this weekend. I guarantee you, there are a lot of people that will do things they normally wouldn't do to get some tickets because there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. There's only 11,000 seats per game, and there's 500,000 people just in Virginia Beach. Corey, you and I both know those tickets, people will do anything they could to get their hands on those things, right?
Yeah,
anything.
sure.
And so my point is, all the things that we're seeing right now in our society, all the things and the changes that are being made, all the adjustments and the excuses, all the things that people have that have privilege, I'm telling you, those things as well, those will be gone. But the things we do to get where we want to go is baffling to me. The things that we do as a society to get where we want to go. And my whole, this summer, I have really seen a lot of selfishness in people that has blown me away. And I think I've just been negligent and naive towards it for the last 41 years. And realizing at the end of the day, people will bend over backwards to do something for themselves. But the love of God is when you're willing to bend over backwards for somebody else and you'll never get. I was reading it this morning where it was talking about doing things for eternity that you'll never see today. It says, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, it says, so we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on the things that can't be seen. The things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. And that's the difference, is that the selfishness, all this stuff, like it's all for now, but in the future, when you have a love of God, you're not counting all the things that are accumulating right now. Those things are passing. It's set. I know that in the future, God's got something special for me. And I know that I'm going to be with him. I know that it's about eternity, not by this blink of an eye that's going to be gone. Like I think about LeBron. Like this dude had an incredible career. He's almost 40 years old. Like his career's almost over, and then he's got the second half of his life. But like these football coaches that are 60 and 70 years old, like they got 20 years left. You know, you just think like time it's fleeting. And so I just think about all the things we're willing to do to get where we want to go, but how many things we won't do how many people would do that same process to get on a plane for somebody else? Less than 1%? Well, they do it for themselves. That's the problem. That's where the heart of God changes people. But the things you're willing to do to sacrifice, would you build somebody else's life like that? Would you sacrifice those same things for somebody else? Right? Just a thought. Let me pray. Lord, I thank you so much for these people. I thank you for the listeners. Thank you for everybody. And thanks for bringing us back. God, we love you. We praise you. We pray that you bless each every listener, every person. In Jesus' name, amen. Love you guys. See you as always, Palm Church. Demetric, what you got down in Florida?
Bridge Church. Love Jesus.
Let's go, baby.
Hey.